everybody, Payments Professor here, and welcome to the Payments Podium. Today, we are going to continue discussing what the payment associations are, where they are located, and how they can be of assistance to you. And for today, we're going to discuss UMACHA, and to discuss UMACHA, I have Angie Farron. She is the President and CEO of UMACHA. So Angie, welcome to the Payments Podium.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, and I got to tell you, there's the main question I ask everybody who first comes on the podium, their first time. It's the golden question that we get a lot in the industry is, how did you get started in payments? What made you want to suddenly work in the payments industry? How did you, end up getting to where you're getting to be, a CEO of a company? So a lot of people out there are wondering, how do you actually get started in payments? So Angie, what's your story? How did you get started in payments?
That's a great question, Kevin. I love it. Back in the day, I had, even when I was growing up, this love to be a banker. It's kind of a weird thing. I used to line my cousins up and pretend teller when you would play, Barbies or dolls as a young person. I was playing bank teller with my relatives and siblings. So that, looking back, I think that was certainly the first love of the banking industry. So thanks for asking, Kevin. I got the ACH bug in me early on in my banking career. One of my first jobs was an ACH coordinator, and I helped process ACH files manually, where I would input the dollar amounts from our commercial customers. They'd fax over the payroll sheet, and I'd key that in. And so getting the ACH love and bug in me early on in the early 90s really set me down a path to where I'm at today, which is the ACH Association CEO, and kind of a dream I had along the way because of the passion that I've had for ACH over the years.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Angie, you were probably the first one that has said, I played teller when I was a kid. I got my family and friends together, and I would play bank teller. I have not heard that answer before. You win on that one, because most people fell into this by accident. So, and I got to say, too, your love and passion for the industry, it's there. And I see it in how you lead UMACHA. Now, for the listeners, could you explain who UMACHA is and what UMACHA does, just in general?
So we are located in the upper Midwest, but we're a payments association, and we serve financial institutions, which are banks and credit unions, and also companies, and all really participants of the ACH network. And so when I say the upper Midwest, it's Montana, North and South Dakota, we've got all of Minnesota, and we've got the upper peninsula of Michigan, which is kind of fun. And then, a few other members scattered throughout, but our core is the upper Midwest. And yes, we provide education and compliance services and sell publications to our members on electronic payments, specifically ACH. And again, that's sort of our core, but we dabble in check payments and faster payments. But our love is that ACH. It's still part of our name.
Okay, so what I'm hearing then, UMACHA is a nonprofit organization, one of the payment associations. If somebody's in one of those territories you mentioned, which I caught the Dakotas, you're in Minnesota, you're in Montana, Upper Michigan. If somebody's in one of those territories and they're a bank, they're a credit union, and they need help with, let's go with compliance services. What is that compliance services help going to look like? What would be the services that you're going to be able to offer those institutions?
Sure, yes. We have a variety of compliance services that we offer. Our ACH audit, we do risk assessments for ACH, remote deposit capture. We've recently added in a wire transfer risk assessment and review of controls. So between those services, we're providing those to financial institutions, but also third parties. We do a lot of third party sender audits and risk assessments as well. That's been a really large growth opportunity. Again, those other participants in the network that need to comply with the rules, they need an audit too.
Those other participants. I love it when to hear them referred to that way, because defining a third party can sometimes be one of the most fun things. Is it a third party service provider, a third party sender? Is it a nested third party sender? Is it a secondary? Is a term we're getting with faster payments now. So thank you for that, because it is the other participants, and we got to be able to work with them. Now, if somebody were to want to know more about what those other participants are or how to define them, of course, they'd want some education. Can you tell me a little bit more about the education services that UMACHA offers?
Oh, you bet. We have all kinds of different varieties of education as well. We try to serve a lot of different audiences, both in person and virtually. So we've got webinars and workshops. We do workshops both a full day virtual as well as an in person. Symposiums, bringing in industry experts. We are doing a lot more symposiums around specialty topics like elder abuse. We did a fintech symposium recently, and so really just bringing a variety to the day of the various industry experts that we bring together has been fun to coordinate. And of course, our annual conference, where it's a 2-day event, that'll be in person as well. But we have also have a lot in our online webinar library that's on demand. And so I think the behaviors have changed and folks want things on their time. And so we really have beefed up a lot of our recordings. So folks can kind of go out there and pick and choose and listen to it, with a group of folks even at their institution.
All right, that's a lot when it comes to offering education. The Navigating Payments 2023, your in-person conference, that's something I am so looking forward to. And I know that I would love to hear more about, if I'm somebody who's going to be coming to Navigating Payments, what can I expect? How long is it going to be? What type of information will I learn? Who will be the speakers that'll be there? Can you share some of that with me?
So you bet, Kevin, we get really excited to talk about our annual conference. And this year it's September 20th and 21st. And we've packed 2 full days of sessions with industry experts coming in. And so we're kicking things off with Jane Larimer giving us the State of the Union of the ACH network. And then we're going to have a panel of faster payments experts. We've got a comedian coming in, Mark Mayfield, to do some tricks. And then we also have Lee Wetherington, who is a staple on our agenda every other year. And he'll be talking about the forces that shape banking in the future. So, kind of giving us a look ahead. Of course, you're going to be there, Kevin. We've got you on the agenda a couple of times, so we're super excited for that. And we've brought back our vendor showcases. We thought it was important for our members to have an opportunity to get demos from the vendors that we have come in on their time. And so that's an addition that we brought back on the agenda. So lots of breakout sessions and general sessions, and really just time to be together.
Oh, I got so many questions now, because your conference sounds like the place to be. Lee Wetherington, without a doubt, if you have not seen Lee before, you'll want to be at Navigating Payments to be able to see Lee talk live, because he does a wonderful job. You also mentioned Jane Larimer. She's the CEO of NACHA. She's going to come in and she's going to give the state of the industry, the union, State of the Union address on what's happening in ACH. That's also something you don't want to miss. And it sounded like some little entertainment in there. But on those vendor showcases, what is really the benefit of having the vendor showcase at a conference? What does that do? What does that provide for your members to be able to say, hey, you can come in and see it here to be able to learn about those products? Could you explain a little bit more of what that vendor showcase is like?
For sure. Yeah. So we love to have our vendors there in the ballroom and really networking with our attendees throughout the conference, but they don't always get a chance because things are so busy to have that one-on-one time to really do a demonstration of their product or really talk about their product in a way that is kind of classroom style. And so we have enough space at this venue, and so we wanted to carve out as part of the breakout sessions a time that a vendor could do really just to talk on their product and maybe even show a little demo for our attendees who might be out there shopping products. If you're in a role, a product manager or a decision maker, you might be looking for a new product. And I think that that's an important way for our attendees to get exposed to what the vendors have to offer outside of that exhibit hall.
That sounds like to me it's a chance for you to be able to go see and learn about new products, but without that sales pressure that you can feel a lot of times that they come into your location or if you're at their location. So you're providing more of like that neutral opportunity for people to be able to dabble in or experiment and learn about a lot of different products all at once. That's incredible. Now, I heard another key word in there, which was networking. What are the networking opportunities like at your conference? What would people expect if they attend as far as being able to network and meet others in the industry?
Yeah, we love the networking opportunities we provide for our members, and our theme this year is unlocking solutions. And we want our members to think of us as the answer key in their back pocket. And some of the things that we've done around our brand refresh have really updated some of our messaging to help enforce that. And so being able to network with your peers, not only coming and getting answers from us at UMACHA, but others that are doing similar things that you're doing out there, whether you're at a financial institution or in a business, to be able to sit down at a meal with others and we're going to be doing some roundtable, facilitating some roundtable discussions. So if you're not sure kind of what questions to ask, you can be part of a conversation and maybe just do some listening, but peer share with each other. And so that's really when I think of networking is learning from each other, not only, learning from the speakers who are providing information, but there's a lot you can learn from the guy that's sitting next to you that might be using the same operating system and or same vendor. And now you have created that connection, and that creates community. And that's exactly what we're trying to foster with this event.
Creates community. That is something huge right there. I've got to say, again, I will be a speaker at Navigating Payments, and I'm looking forward to being able to be there, and I'll speak on a couple of things. But I bring that up because I also love the fact that I get to network with your people as well. So those of you who are out there listening, when it comes to the networking opportunities you have at the Navigating Payments Conference, it is a chance to meet other people just like you that are doing the same thing that you're doing. It's a chance to be able to meet speakers like me because we will be at all these events too. It's a chance for you to be able to talk to vendors and talk openly and sometimes learn a lot of things about them. But I got to point out, because I didn't hear you say this, but it's also a chance to meet the UMACHA staff, to be able to meet and talk in person with these people and realize they are real people with some great knowledge and experience that are going to be able to help you to understand what you need to know to be able to, well, navigate the payments landscape and unlock your solutions. That's a great theme you got going there. Now, if somebody's listening and wants to go register for your conference, where do they go to register?
You bet. You can go right to our website, and that's umacha.org. And in the upper right hand corner, you'll see a tab called Navigating Payments. Just click on there, you'll get more information and register today.
Okay, so umacha.org. Click on the tab Navigating Payments. It's September 20th through 21st. It's actually Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, but I always say, hey, it's Minneapolis for those who aren't familiar with where Brooklyn Center is. And it's something I'm looking forward to. I hope to see the rest of you there. Now, something else I want to bring up as far as UMACHA services is, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got like an answer line, a payments line, something that people can call into. If, and by people, I mean the banks and the credit unions, if they're having a payments problem. Can you tell me more about what that payments hotline looks like?
Our payments hotline, definitely, it's our number one benefit at UMACHA, and our members tell us this all the time. So basically, we like to pride ourselves that when you call us, you're going to get a live person answering the phone. You're not going to get our machine or a robot talking. So we encourage, as part of our members' dues that they pay, you've got access to this hotline, and you can call us anytime. And a lot of times, it is where we're just sharing knowledge and creating peace of mind. And that is one of the things that we pride ourselves on at UMACHA, is that ability to create that peace of mind through just information sharing. Our key factor is you're going to get a live person when you call UMACHA during our normal business hours.
I love that you're going to get that. A live person that's going to be there to be able to help you. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating than going through, click 9, click 7, click 8, click 23. All right, now click 47 backwards. And now here, maybe you can leave a message. I mean, that just gets so frustrating. So to know that I call in, if I'm a member, I got a question, I need help with the payment, and it's usually immediate help that I need, you're going to be there to be able to support me. Now, I know something else that is real important in the world of electronic payments, and that is certification. That if you can get certified, certification is something that helps you to protect your financial institution, but also to grow your career. What opportunities does UMACHA have if somebody out there listening wants to learn more about or begin the process of getting certified?
Sure, that's a great question. We support several industry certifications. Two right now currently supported by NACHA, which is the AAP and the APRP. And we have prep series that we have for our members to really get a bunch of education to prepare them for that exam. We also support the ECHO NCP exam as well. So that's another one where we're providing that education and those that forum to be able to come together and study and prepare for those exams. And then we're getting excited about a new accreditation through NACHO, which is that faster payments. There's a certificate program right now, and then it's turning into a certification program, and we'll be there to support that one as well.
Okay, real quick on that faster payment certificate program, because here we are in the U.S. Faster payments are now taking off. We got Fed now, we got RTP, we hear about other options that are out there. And you're saying that people can come to UMACHA and they can start their learning process to know more about faster payments and even start working towards that faster payment certificate. Am I hearing that right?
You are, Kevin. Yes. Even though our core is ACH, we certainly want to be a place our members can come and learn about all types of electronic payments. And when faster payments became a thing many years ago, we were there learning about it alongside our members. And so now we're to a point where we're able to provide education around what's going on with faster payments and be able to support that with our members and the industry.
That's fantastic. I think faster is definitely going to be the future, but I also got to say, checks aren't going away anytime soon, at least not my career. And ACH is here to stay for a very, very long time. It's going to continue to grow. Well, Angie, this has been great. I have learned so much about UMACHA, how you serve the upper Midwest, about the opportunities you have for staying compliant, your risk and your audit services, about how you can help with certification if that's something that's looking for. I absolutely love the answer line. Live person's going to be there. Call anytime. But even more so, your conference, the unlocking the solutions, the navigating payments that you're going to have taking place this year in September, that is the place to be for payments. For those of you out there listening, again, if you want to register, go to umacha.org. You want to learn more about UMACHA, go to umacha.org. You want to learn more about Angie, you can probably find her on LinkedIn, I'm pretty sure. Or if you need help in getting in touch with people at UMACHA, you can email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. I'm here to help you to make sure that you get what you need in electronic payments. And as always, if there's somebody you think who needs to be on the payments podium, or if there's a topic you want discussed, email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com, and I'll make sure it gets taken care of. But for now, I gotta say, class dismissed.